Right, hello there. Welcome to my Let's Learn the Track series on iRacing. This season, we're going to be covering the BMW 12.0 series, which is kindly sponsored by simrigs.com. So please check out their website in the video description. Now, videos will be published weekly to coincide with the track changeover, and the intention of this series is to help you gain back that lost time. So this isn't a place for hot laps, this is a slow, methodical approach to learn the track, showing you my braking markers and my reference points. And as always, please let me know in the comments if this helps and you've managed to gain any time. Thanks for watching. Hello everybody, welcome to this week's Let's Learn the Track BMW 12.0 edition. This series is sponsored by simrigs.com, so please have a look in the video description at their website. So, Season 2, 2020, Week 3, we're here at the beautiful Silverstone Grand Prix circuit. This circuit has got a bit of everything. Long straights, hard braking areas, fast flowing sections, some real tight corners, first gear corners. It's got a bit of everything, and I think it suits the BMW M8 perfectly. So we're using the baseline setup, obviously. We're using iRacing default weather. I will put that on screen now so you can see what it is. If you don't know what Let's Learn the Track is, well, it's all about getting around safely and reasonably quickly. So what I'm going to do, we're going to go out for a couple of slow laps, and we're going to talk about what I use as braking points and what I use as my reference points around the circuit to give me an indication when to turn in, brake, etc, etc. So this isn't going to be a place for flying laps, which is just a slow, methodical approach to learn the circuit. Then we'll pick up the pace slowly and I'll show you those braking markers and reference points in action. So anyway, enough waffling on, let's get out there on track. Right, so here we are on pit lane. Nothing too dramatic to worry about here at Silverstone. Pit exit's not too bad at all. Just for your information, you should be able to view this in 1440 if that tickles your fancy. I am uploading this one 1440p. Right, so brake bias. First of all, if you look down on the bottom right, I've got it's set by default at 56.9. So we'll dial that down, or I do, to 51.1. When you're racing, if you make sure you have your relative box on there, especially when you're leaving the pits, if you do leave the pits, if you get a penalty or you come in for a fast repair, please keep your relative box down there in the bottom right. So I'll put the weather on screen now. We're using iRacing default weather with dynamic sky to match the official series. So the weather should be on screen now, just for a little while until we leave the pits, just so you know what it's doing. So, pit limiter on here, obviously. And then we're exiting the pits. So, you've just got to be mindful when you leave the pits that cars are going to be coming around here. But they should be on the opposite side of the circuit at this point. So, you shouldn't really have to worry about them too much. So, we'll talk about this section next time by. Sorry, I'll just turn my headphones down. So, essentially, we're in second gear at this point. So we're going to be accelerating hard up here, over to the right hand side, then down into first for this tight left-hander. So we're going to be clipping the apex on the inside, but getting on the gas as early as we possibly can and winding it up into third gear. Now you can cut this left-hand turn. Be careful here though on cold tyres, because this curb will unsettle the car. But you can cut this quite a bit without getting off track. And then we're flat out down to one of the most tricky sections on the course. Obviously a good overtaking opportunity here. So we're braking here. What I use on a flying lap, I'll generally brake closer to the 50 than the 100. But if you can start off in between the 100 and the 50, you should be able to make this turn no problem at all. So we're braking in a straight line because we want to apex this one quite late. So we're braking, and then we're going to be cutting it back, trail braking all the way around, and we're going to then cut this inside curb and then accelerate up here, leave it in second gear, and then brake for this one. The car will run wide, So there's two ways you can take this corner. You can hug a tight line all the way around, or you can let the car drift out wide like it is here, and then cut it back for a second apex. And that's particularly important if you're stuck behind somebody there and you've not been able to get past them. Then you can take a wide line, so you can drop right out the turn, come back for the late apex, get a real good run out of this turn down into the next right. So here, when you exit the turn, use all of these rumble strips on exit. You may as well use them. And then you can cut a bit of this inside curb here. And then down to this right-hander here. So braking marker, I use the 100 board there. So we're going to be braking there at the 100. We're going to be trail braking all the way to the inside of the curb. But you want to get on the gas here as early as you possibly can. So when you're on the apex, try and get on the gas just before or on the apex. The car will run out wide and it will get a little bit loose. But you can use this green AstroTurf on exit, but not too much, because there is a fine line between using the AstroTurf and getting an off track. So then we're going to move the car over to the right hand side, because you want to open up this left, because this first left turn dictates what happens in the following right, the following left, then the following right. So if you get this turn wrong, then your exit 3 corners ahead is going to be compromised down the hanger straight. So we need to open up this left-hander. So we're going to be turning in quite late. We're going to be in 5th gear at this point, and then we're going to be getting right across. We're going to be cutting this curb here down to 4th. We're going to be cutting this curb, and then we're going to be braking gently on the brakes, trail braking, and then we're going to be down into 3rd. We're going to be cutting this turn as well, still on the brakes gently. And then, so in 3rd gear, then you can cut this turn and get on the gas as early as you can for the run down the hanger straight. So we're going to then move the car over to the left hand side, and I use the 100 board as my braking marker here. So we're going to be braking down into 3rd gear, and we're going to be turning in at the end of the curb there, and then get on the gas early, clipping that inside curb and letting the car run out wide a little bit down to this tight left. This catches quite a lot of people out here. Now the actual, when you're on a flying lap, you can't really see this left turn. It comes at you so fast. So look at the 100 board. So just round about the 100 board or just after, that's where you want to be braking, and you want to be keeping the car over to the right hand side as much as you can. There's always a temptation to start your turn in a little bit early, but if you try and keep it as wide as you possibly can at this point, because you need to apex this one quite late, which will then open up the following right, which again leads to a fast right and then a straight. So apex this one quite late, because you want the car at least in the middle of the circuit here. So I short shift to 2nd, clip that inside curb, then accelerate out, use this curb, watch the sausage on the outside, up into 3rd, then clip that one there. Be careful on there, the car will want to oversteer. Then down to this next right-hander. So again, we're going to be braking at the 100, and then we're going to be braking, trail braking. We're going to cut this curb on the inside, still accelerating all the way around this turn. Keep accelerating, keep accelerating. This is the start of a new lap, and we're going to be braking just at the 100 down into 2nd gear. Nice wide entry into this one. So late apex, because you want the car over to the right, down into 1st gear, and then again trail braking, get the car round and accelerate up into 3rd. You can clip this curb, remembered, a little bit, and then up into 4th, all the way down to this tricky section once more. So braking round about the 100 just after, so braking down all the way down to the 2nd gear. Then we're going to apex this one late, and we're going to clip this inside curb, and then we're going to be braking just before the turn, let the car run out wide, and then cut it back for a 2nd apex, and then run the car all the way out wide onto this curb here. And flat out, cut this curb a little bit there. So then we're braking at the 100 here. Be careful you don't get an off track on exit, so we're braking, trail braking to the apex, then get on the gas, use the power of the car to get the rear of the car dancing a little bit, just to get the car to rotate. Then over to the right, because we want to open up this left. So then we're going to be braking here down into 4th, over that curb, then over this curb, down into third, and still braking at this point, and then over this curb on the right hand side, then power out down this next straight, which is another really good overtaking opportunity here. So move the car over to the left hand side. We're going to be down into third gear, so we're braking at the 100, turn in at the end of the curb, use the curb on the inside, then accelerate out, move the car over to the right, so just at the 100 we're going to be braking down into first gear, turning quite late because we want to open up this right. There we go, watch this sausage on the outside there, and then keep accelerating for the next right. So again, it's the 100 board. So here you just brake, and then you want to cut this inside curb quite a lot. Maybe not that much because that's an off track, I was just testing the water there. So you want to cut that curb but not that much, then braking at the 100. A nice late apex for this one, then accelerate up, then braking down into first gear. Apex that one late because you want to be on the gas, and when you get on the gas here you don't want to be letting it back off again. So you want to be cutting this curb, then power down to this tricky left-hander. We'll do this lap slow time, then we'll pick up the pace. So we're braking just after the 100, down into second gear, apex this one late because we want to be cutting this curb, and then we're going to be braking just before the apex, the first apex of the corner. Let it go out wide, then bring it back for the second, run the car all the way out wide on the AstroTurf, clip this inside corner, this inside curb a little bit there. Then again, again at the 100 we're going to be braking, trail brake all the way to the apex, then get on the gas, let the car run out wide, move the car to the right because we want to open up the left. So we're going to be turning and braking at that first apex, cut that one, and we're going to be cutting this one down into third gear, again braking all the way, trail braking, then get on the gas before the apex and power out down the straight to this right-hander. So move the car over to the left, so braking at the 100 and turning in at the end of the curb. So braking sixth down into third gear, turning at the end of the curb, then you can get on the gas. And this is another overtaking spot, this one actually. So then we're going to be braking around about the 100, leave the car out wide, turning quite late, open up this right, and get on the gas. Car will slide round here a little bit there, you can see. There we go. So that's Silverstone. We'll resume in a few minutes. I'll do a couple of laps, get some heat into the tyres, and then we'll pick up the pace and see if we can get a couple of flying laps in. Right, so here we are then. We're going to be going on to lap number 5. Tyres should be suitably warm now. We'll try and get a couple of flying laps in. I'll try and talk you around it as best as I can. So braking at the 100, we're going to be clipping this inside curb quite a lot, and then keeping on the gas, accelerating all the way around, up into 5th, so braking at the 100, down into second gear, apexing this one quite late because we want the car over to this right hand side, and then get on the brakes earlier than you would think there, cut it back. I missed that apex slightly. We'll try and get that the next time round. So we're going to move to third, clipping this inside curb, keeping the gas on all the way down here. So braking right about the 100 or just after, down in a straight line down to second, cut it back over this curb, and then just before the first apex we're going to be on the brakes, trail braking round, then back for this second apex using all of the track on exit. Now cut this curb, it's fine going across there, everybody else will be. So then at the 100 we're going to be braking, trail braking all the way to the apex, then on the gas just before the apex. The car will get a little bit loose there, so we'll move the car over to the right because we want to open up this left. So we're going to be braking and downshifting at the first apex, cutting that one and then cutting this one down into third, then trail braking, getting the car around that apex there. That wasn't very good, that one actually. We'll try and do better next time round. So then over to the left, braking at the 100 and using the end of the curb as your turning point. We're going to be down 3 gears, end of the curb, there it is. then get on the gas, and then braking at the 100. You can't see the turn at this point, so we're braking there. Leave the car out wide, apex that one late, short shift to second, and use all of the track. Car will want to dance around a little bit here, it will get a little bit loose as you can see. That's a 159.5. So at the 100 we're going to be braking, cutting this inside curb, keep on the gas, cut the inside there, and then braking at the 100. Apexing this one late. We'll run the car over to the right hand side, we'll try and get the apex this time. That's a little bit better. And on the gas, cut this inside curb here. And braking at the 100 or just after on the right hand side here to go around this left hander. In a straight line and cut it back over this inside curb. And then braking just before the first apex. Trail braking, get the car back and accelerating out using all of the track. Now cut this inside curb here. Get over there, everybody's going to be doing that, so you may as well do it, don't get left behind. So here, braking at the 100, trail braking, all the way to the apex, then get on the gas. Go over to the right to open up this left. So here we're going to be cutting that one, we're going to be downshifting to fourth, cutting that, get back on the gas, and then down to third, trail braking. That's a little bit better. A little bit better. The delta's coming down there now. So we'll move the car over to the left hand side, braking at the 100, down 3 gears, end of the curb is your turning point. Get on the gas, the car will be sliding here, but it's quite manageable through there. So just to the 100, down, right down to first gear, apex that one quite late, but I did lose it on entry there, you've got to be careful of that. So still accelerate all the way around. There we go. So a little bit sloppy that second one, but you get the general idea. Good fun round here. This car suits this track perfectly. So there we go. So that's Let's Learn the Track from Silverstone. If you wouldn't mind, let me know in the comments how you get on this week. Did you learn anything? Am I doing something that I shouldn't be doing? Please, please let me know. Good luck. I hope to see you on track. Let me know how you get on. Thanks for watching. I'll see you later. Cheers.